Hi friends, hope you all have been good. So today friends, I'm going to make a vlog on our travel from Kuala Lumpur to Penang, which is an island in the northern part of the state of the country of Malaysia. So we are going to travel to Georgetown, its capital, and Georgetown is actually an island, and a part of Penang is also in the mainland of Malaysia. And we are going to take the expressway or the highway. It's also called the Plus Highway, as it runs from the extreme north to south. North means the north of Malaysia, and south means it's almost touching down to Singapore. So it's called the Plus Highway. So right now we are going to exit the toll using our Rapid Care card, and it's a touch and go card which we just tap over the tapping machine, and then the card reader is going to show you the balance that's left. No money is going to be deducted as you exit the first toll from Kuala Lumpur. It's only when you arrive at your destination the amount is going to be deducted depending on the distance that you have traveled. So we would be traveling to Penang, and we have sufficient balance in our touch and go card. So once we reach Penang, we will again swipe our card at the toll booth, and the amount would be deducted. It would be roughly around 38 ringgits, one-way journey. And then since it's an island, we are definitely going to cross a bridge that is the connecting or the linking bridge from the mainland of Malaysia to the island of Georgetown. And that will be covering in the later part of the vlog. So right now, as you can see, it's a pretty decent highway. When you start off from Kuala Lumpur, initially the highway is quite broad. There's a divider in between, and you have 8 lanes, so 4 lanes on one side and another 4 lanes on the other. So but then after covering roughly around 75 kilometers, you'll find that the lanes reduced to 2. So overall that means there would be 4 lanes, 2 lanes on either side of the expressway, and a lot of cars, trucks, and everything, the usual traffic you will find along the highway. But one thing I must definitely praise is the condition. The road condition is extremely good. If you have a good car, or any car for that matter, you won't experience any kind of any kind of trouble or any problem regarding the condition of the road. This is one thing which I can assure you of. And the highway is so beautifully decorated and maintained, I would rather say, on either side. Lot of greenery, and the speed limit is of course 110 kilometers per hour, though many of them you'll find exceed the speed limit. And you will also notice, and then so you can see, you can appreciate the greenery, the scenery that's there all around you, and time just flies off in a jiffy. So just look at the lush green scenic beauty that's everywhere. Wherever you roll your eyes, you'll find green plantations everywhere. It's actually a very hassle-free journey if you are a good driver. And then there's one thing that you have to be very careful of. You will have a lot of places where it says that you are under camera zone. So it can happen. There is a high possibility that there could be officers who would be measuring the speed of your vehicle at which you're driving. Of course, you wouldn't be stopped in between, but then there would be a kind of challan that would be sent to your house against your car registration number, and you would have to pay a hefty fine. So you'll have to be very careful. It's better not to exceed the speed limit. and you can see the blue hills. It's a beautiful scenic highway, and most often you'll find a lot of tourists traveling all the way to Penang during extended holidays, or they've come for vacation, or whatever be the purpose. You just, when you want to have a long ride, you just go off to Penang. And uh, it's really a stress buster, especially given the condition of the road. It's just a beautiful scenic journey. I keep on saying, praising, and this is perhaps the sixth or the seventh time we are traveling to Penang. And of course, my brother stays there with his family, so we have a reason to visit. And anyway, even if you don't have the reason, you can always take the journey, because it's so very impressive and so very uh, you know fulfilling and satisfying. And wherever you see, you look around, there's so much of scenic beauty. You have the hills, you have the uh, plantations, the palm trees. The palm oil gets produced from the innumerable palm trees which are planted on either side of the highway. And the best part is, you have a lot of, as you can see in the board, you have a lot of rest areas or breakout areas. And about approximately 10 kilometers ahead, you will be getting signboards which will give you the it will just make you aware that you are going to approach a breakout area. So in case you want to go to the washroom, or maybe if you want to take a small break, then you can definitely be careful. You can definitely be aware of the signboards, and accordingly you can shift the lanes and move to the extreme left, so that it becomes convenient for you to change the track and move over to the left of the breakout area. And you can even read namaz if you need it. You can even fill petrol, so you can refuel your cars. So, but then do remember that every breakout area doesn't come with all the facilities, and whatever facilities are available in the breakout areas, in the approaching breakout areas, those will be mentioned in the board much ahead of your breakout area. And you'll have to just keep a watch on those boards, like what are the facilities you're looking for. We normally look for the washrooms and maybe a few restaurants and snack centers. So most of the breakout areas will have these basic amenities. They will be having washrooms, they'll be having a small food court perhaps, but then petrol pumps are not present in every breakout area. So you'll just have to look at the symbols and the signs which are there on the on the boards before the breakout area, and accordingly take your call on whether the breakout area which you are approaching would suffice your needs. So most people undertake this journey because of they want to enjoy the beauty. Because they want to enjoy the beauty of the surroundings, of the nature. And it is worth mentioning in every vlog that the journey from Kuala Lumpur to Penang is an extraordinary one. It just creates beautiful memories. So there you see, that was Zone Tunda. That means that you have the camera. So here officers could be standing along the road, by the side of the road, to measure the speed of your car. So be very careful and watchful of the journey. Of course, in between you will find, if you're traveling on weekends, you will find a lot of bikers, because bikers in full uniform and in full with all the accessories would be there to undertake this journey. As I said, the road is beautiful, so bikers often you can see one of the bikers, as I say, so they often undertake this journey. And it's very smooth ride and adventurous for them as well. So only thing is, you'll have to be very careful as you ride, because on the extreme left the bikers normally take the lane, and it becomes a bit difficult for them in case you interrupt their lane. So don't forget to make way for the enthusiastic bikers. So that's yet another place where the camera has been installed, and there's a possibility of the police officers to be there. So you can always look out for the places that you're approaching. So this is Ipoh. Ipoh is another beautiful small town on en route to Penang, and we have arrived at Ipoh. So we'll just bypass the small town. It has got a lot of cave temples and a lot of shops selling white coffee. So that is something very typical of this town. So after you cross Ipoh, you start getting the name, Georgetown. So Georgetown is the place which comes after Ipoh, and that is the capital of Penang. So till Ipoh you will never find any board which says how far Georgetown is. It's all Ipoh. They will always show you, as you leave Kuala Lumpur, they will keep on showing you how far is Ipoh from Kuala Lumpur. So it's only after you cross Ipoh, the next major destination that will come up on the signboards, on the green boards that you can see above, is Georgetown. And Georgetown, again, as I said, is the capital of Penang state, which is in the northern part of Malaysia. So Ipoh can be considered as a town which is midway. It lies midway between Kuala Lumpur and Georgetown and Penang. So the approximate time that it would take, if you're traveling at 100 to 110 speed kilometers per hour, it would be roughly around 2.5 hours. 2 hours, maybe 2 hours without any break, 2 hours to 2.5 hours. And from Ipoh it would take another 1.5 hours, depending on the condition of the traffic on the road. So I remember we had completed the journey, when my brother, when my sister-in-law, she was about to have a baby. We had completed this journey in 3.5 hours. We had left Kuala Lumpur at 7:30, and we had reached Georgetown by 11. So around 3.5 hours we had taken, and it was evening time, and of course you can see that it proves that how beautiful the roadways are. We could just complete the journey in 3.5 hours. So normally you will, if you want to avoid traffic jam, I think if you can just make your journey in the evening, but then you won't be able to enjoy the scenic beauty. Now this is one of the tunnels that you will come across as you move further away from Ipoh towards Georgetown in Penang. And the scenery over here is also very beautiful amidst hills, and it's about 1.5 kilometers long tunnel. and it makes our journey a bit more adventurous, and my daughter, she just enjoys it. And then we are out of the tunnel. As you can see, everything is so well maintained, prim and pristine and clear. And after this, after you move on from Ipoh and cross the tunnel, maybe a few kilometers down the line, you will reach the plain lands, uh, and then the distance isn't that uh, far anymore to Penang. So here we go. There, there are a lot of breakout areas, but we still haven't yet taken a break. We would be taking one shortly because it's good for the car, it's good for the driver as well as the passengers who are inside the car. So it makes traveling more interesting. And of course, uh, you know, some light food and snacks definitely is always welcome. So here we are about to enter into one of the breakout areas after crossing Ipoh, and we have taken the left lane. And I think coincidentally this is one of the breakout areas which we had visited earlier also. It's pretty much sufficient. It has everything in place, and I think it's better if I show you. So you can see already a lot of cars are parked here in their respective parking slots, and it's very well maintained, very very beautiful, nothing nasty, and ample parking spaces there. So there's my daughter and my husband, and as they make their way, let me take you through this breakout area. So here you can see there are a lot of stalls selling fruits and snacks, so you can just have whatever you want to. Make sure you have cash. Not all places accept cards. You have washrooms, you have everything is so beautifully done and well maintained, very prim and prop, and that's a washroom. You also have massage chairs, like I think not every breakout areas will have, but this is something special I got to see. So I think you need to pay something to enjoy a 30-minute massage, and that's a nice way to give rest to your aching body, especially after a long drive. And yeah, so just have a look. Fruits, sweet limes, mangoes, melons, you name it, you have it. So, and the seating arrangements are also so beautiful and not very crowded. That's the best part. The tables are so clean and neat, and we are trying to figure out what we need to have, what we could have. So you are just spoiled for options. You have so many kind of food. So for people who are not very uh, we are not localites, we are not typical Malays, so it takes some time for us to decide on what item do we need to choose. So we just chose, oh my god, look at that, there is a play area for the children. So how thoughtful of the government. Oh my god, that's really beautiful. So a play area for children, and look at the fans above. Wow, so this is something very interesting. Again, I'm saying you might not find all of these in every breakout area, but then some of the breakout areas will have such facilities. So this is one of them, which even has soft drinks kept, and you have the vendor machines. You also have a place for reading the namaz. So in case you are a Mohammedan and you are traveling and you need your time to read namaz, so you can definitely get into one of the breakout areas and read your prayers. So this is really appreciating, and you can even take out your laptop as my husband was doing. He had to take a call, and he just took out his laptop and very well connected. And that's our car, so waiting without its passengers. And again, we have started to take the last lap of our journey off to Georgetown. And as I was saying, Georgetown is the capital of Penang, and we would be taking Bayan Lepas, which is another small town in the island of Georgetown. And you have a lot of companies out there, production companies and semiconductor industries. And so you will find a lot of people all the way from US coming and staying there and working there. So it also has an airport, an international airport. And we are actually going to take there are two bridges, connecting bridges. One is the new one, which is about 22 kilometers long, and it will take you to Bayan Lepas. Another one is the old one, which you'll have to go further down the mainland, and it would be approximately another 15-20 kilometers from the turn that we just took, and that will again connect you to Georgetown. So there are two connecting bridges from the mainland of Malaysia to the island of Georgetown. And in Georgetown, you will find a lot of two major cities. One that I'm aware of, one is Bayan Lepas, and the other one is the capital itself, Georgetown. So here we tap again on the toll, and the entire journey that we made, that would be deducted from the card. And now this also includes the toll for the bridge, the linking bridge over the sea. And we are going to take the bridge. It's beautiful. It will link you from the mainland of Malaysia to the island of Georgetown, which is again the capital of Penang. So it's an island, again I'm saying. And so this bridge is interestingly around 22 kilometers long. It's like it's just like a serpent. It's a serpentine bridge, and it looks beautiful as you travel over the seas. The water is so calm and blue, and it's almost evening, so I might not be able to show you the exact color of the water, but it's every time we take this bridge, our hearts simply leap up with joy. It's such a scenic bridge that has been constructed. And you also have a special lane for the bikes, as you can see the biker traveling. And just look at the beauty of the bridge. I'm going to show you. It's awesome. It's amazing architectural beauty, a beautiful engineering work. And 22 kilometers, let me tell you, is not a matter of joke. So constructing a bridge that long over the sea waters has been immensely difficult, I presume. And but the outcome is definitely worth mentioning. And I wish I could give you use my drone camera to give you a view from the top, a bird's eye view. That would have been the best, but I think you can Google that. And this is it. So this just comes midway along the bridge, and we are heading towards Bayan Lepas, a small town of in the island of Georgetown. So that's the bridge, and the ocean water, the sea water. It's actually sea, it's not ocean. So the water is really very calm. And that's it. We are almost arriving at our destination. We would be reaching soon, and this is one of the beaches that I wanted to show you. This is Tanjung Assam beach. As I said, we have arrived at an island and you have beautiful beaches all around the island. So this is Tanjung Assam beach, which is in Georgetown island of Penang. And now you understand why people are so crazy